Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the final part of my two-segment special for Leafsfan18's Mark Liotta's belated birthday special. And so far on Jeopardy for the Wii, in tribute to Leafsfan18's belated birthday special, I won for him $29,600 in the Jeopardy round. One of my higher totals going into Double Jeopardy. Gary and Kay haven't put up much of a fight yet, but let's see what happens now as we get into Double Jeopardy. We'll see if I can get him over $100,000. I won David Downs $132,000 in the first game. Let's see if I can get him at least that or more in this game. Here we go.
Let's see what happens in Double Jeopardy with these categories awaiting the players. Quoth the Raven. Notice the spelling. The Vatican. World history. Literature. Leaf me. And from the Latin. Let's get back into this now. You have control of the board. This character has gone psycho long before he says, "She might have fooled me, but she didn't fool my mother."
That was Quoth the Raven.
It's player 1.
Picked by Gary. Who is Norman Bates?
Correct.
Even 30,000.
We
Let's
return
go
to you, player
world
1.
history before.
In 1071, the Seljuk Turks, who practiced this religion, defeated the Byzantine army at the Battle of Manzikert. Let's hear it, player 1.
What is Islam?
Yeah.
30,400. World history,
Player
800.
1, pick again. An economic crisis forced this Indonesian leader to resign on May 21st, 1998, ending 32 years of autocratic rule. Here's what we were looking for. Suharto.
Alright.
Player 1,
World
back to
history,
you
1200.
for our next selection. Now in Poland, in 1361, this shipbuilding city became a member of the Hanseatic League. Player 1,
Was Gdańsk.
you are correct.
31,600. Okay, world history,
Player 1,
1600.
back to you.
And we found one of the 2 day doubles.
Answer, the first of the daily doubles. You are in the lead right now. How much?
I'll just go 5,600.
Here is your daily double clue. This king of Aragon freed the Catalan Serbs
And
in
do it too.
1486 and captured Granada in 1492.
Sorry, Mark. Who is Ferdinand?
You have maintained your lead.
Well,
Go.
still takes you up to 37,000.
Please pick
World
again,
history,
player
2,000.
1. Around 2500 BC, the Harappan civilization sprung up around this river in Pakistan and northwestern India.
Gary and Katie are going to try for 2,000.
We're talking about the Indus.
Alright, let's go to...
Player 1, pick again.
Let's try from the land for 400.
This type of sphere, with a map of the Earth depicted on it, has a name from the Latin for sphere. Yes, player 1.
What's a globe?
That is correct.
From the Latin,
Pick again,
800.
player 1. This kind of book is quite handy. Its name comes from the Latin for hand. Player 1.
What's a manual?
Yep.
38,400.
Choose again.
From the Latin,
player 1.
1,200.
Let's get Kelly's assistance on this clue.
A non-structural embellishment at the end of a calligraphic letter is called one of these, from the Latin for flower.
Okay, player 1.
What is flourish?
Good.
1,600
Player
from
1,
the Latin.
back to you. The name of this fin on a shark's back comes from the Latin for back. Let's hear it, player 1.
What is dorsal? Dorsal.
Good for you.
41,200, 2,000
Player
from
1,
the
you pick
Latin.
again, please. Texas A&M's Coastal Engineering Lab studies the coastal type of this, from the Latin for to gnaw. Yes, player 1.
Was erosion.
Correct.
43,200.
Select again.
The Vatican for 400, please.
Crispin of Viterbo was the first one of these created by John Paul II.
Katie for
It's
400.
free.
And a chance to put yourself on the board. What's Pope?
Sorry, that's wrong. Anyone else want to hazard
That
a
puts
guess?
you in the
on this?
hole.
Player 1?
What's Bishop?
Sorry, that's wrong.
My first incorrect response.
Any other
That leaves
takers?
That makes a break for Gary.
Let's hear it. Player 2.
What's Saint? He's right. 400.
Right.
He's in control of the board now.
Player 2. Back to you
Let's go
for
try
our
back
next
for 800.
selection. You may not use cell phones or felt-tip pens when researching in the secret these.
Gary for 800.
It's player 2.
We're archives.
Right.
$1,200.
You again, player
500.
2.
The Vatican.
The 4 papal these churches include St. Peter's and St. John Lateran. Yes, player 1.
We're basilicas.
Good.
44,000 even. 1,600
You get to
Vatican.
pick again, player 1. The Inventario Manoscritti Room is part of this Vatican building. Here's the correct response. The library.
Okay. Vatican 2,000.
We return to you, player 1. The faithful can make offerings via cash or credit card to the fund called This Man's Pence.
Katie, you're going to try for 2,000. Get yourself out of the hole. Gary for 2,000.
The
No.
correct response is Peter.
Oh, cool. Okay, excuse me.
Please pick again,
I don't know
player
what I
1.
said. Literature for 400.
Published in Spain in 1605, this classic of world literature was an instant hit. Okay, player 1.
What is Don Quixote?
That's correct.
44,400.
Player 1.
Literature
Back to you.
800.
Of 50, 200, or 500, the one closest to the number of characters in War and Peace.
Katie or Gary? Gary for
Is
800.
player 2.
What is 500?
Yes.
2,000 even now for Gary.
We return to you,
We'll
player
try
2.
literature for 1,200. Oh, look at this. He found the other day double.
That's it. The other daily double. You're in
Let's go,
second
Rachel.
now, but with an
Everything.
opportunity to catch up a bit. Please select OK. Here is the clue. This titled Sir Walter Scott character is torn between Rebecca and the Saxon Rowena.
Was Ivanhoe?
You got it.
You got it for $4,000.
You get to pick again,
Literature
player
for
2.
1,600.
In his The Trial, bank official Joseph K. is on the defensive as the accused. Here's the correct response. Franz Kafka. Player 2, you pick again, please. In a Thomas Hardy novel, Michael Henchard is the mayor of this title place.
Gary, you're going to try it again for another 2,000. Katie, we'd like to hear from you to get on the board. Gary for 2,000.
Player 2.
Was Casterbridge.
Yes.
$6,000 now.
Select again.
Leaf B for 400. He's picking.
Some consider the Hannibal variety of these, made from 100% Havana seed leaf, the world's finest. Let's hear it, player 1.
Or cigars.
Good.
44,800. Leaf
Choose
B,
again, player 1.
1,600.
The Macrocystis genus of this seaweed can grow fronds up to 200 feet long. Yes, player 1.
Was Wakami?
That's not it. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response?
Katie, are you going to try for 1,600?
Here's the response we were looking for. Kelp.
Yeah, I knew it too. That.
You again,
Leaf B
player
for
1.
2,000.
This fragrant leaf of the laurel tree is sold commercially as a seasoning.
Katie for 2,000
player
and out
three.
the hole. What's a bay leaf?
Right you are. Great, you're back into it now. Player 3, pick again.
Maybe 800 she's picking.
Bags of this leafy vegetable from Natural Selection Foods were at the center of a September 2006 E. coli outbreak. It's player 1.
Was spinach?
Good.
Yes, 44,000. Leaf
Player
beans,
1,
1,200.
back to you for our next selection. Like humans, leaves have an exterior epidermis and an interior arrangement of these vascular tissues. Yes, player 1.
What are veins?
You are correct.
45,200 now.
You get to pick
2,000
again,
Wolf the
player 1.
Raven.
In Quills, this author muses, "My glorious prose filtered through the minds of the insane. They might improve it." Here's what we wanted. Marquis de Sade. Choose again,
Wolf the
player
Raven,
1.
1,600.
This Johnny Depp character tells his psychiatrist, "You are a great lover like myself." Here's what we were looking for. Don Juan de Marco. Player 1,
100.
pick again. As John Nash in this movie, Russell Crowe does quite a bit of talking to people who don't exist. Here's the correct response. A beautiful mind. And we'll wrap up the board
That's
with
cool.
this clue. Kathleen Quinlan finds comfort talking to shrink Beebe Anderson in I Never Promised You a This. Here's the correct response. Rose Garden.
Man, tough clues here. Oh well.
I'll see you all for Final Jeopardy in just a moment. We're back. The category for Final Jeopardy today is 19th century authors. You need to select your wager.
Let's wager 30,800. Okay. We're running out of time too, so let's see how much money I can get from Mark.
Press the corresponding direction on the plus control pad to select your response. Here's your Final Jeopardy clue. In 1833, a French historian said that this author had built a cathedral as solid as the foundations of the other one.
I'll give you time to consider the answer to come up with the question. Let's go to Katie. She has $1,600.
Let's see your response.
What did she put down as her response? Who is Victor Hugo?
With that
She is
correct
correct.
response, you will gain.
How much did she add to her 1,600? She doubled it. That means she wound up at 3,200. Let's come to Gary now. 6,000
What did
going
you put
in.
as your response?
And he put down who is Victor Hugo. He too was right.
How much did you add to your total with that correct response?
How much did he add to his 6,000? Nothing. So he remains at 6,000. He'll finish in second place. I could have been caught. Great
And
game.
your
for me.
response?
45,200. I came up with the correct response.
And that correct response will add.
And that means Mark is going to get $76,000 as I win the game.
Congratulations to you, player 1. Thanks for playing. We'll see you next time.
Not a bad total nonetheless. I consider that a great hour between David Downs and Mark Liotta. I've given away $208,000 in cash. $132,000 going to David Downs in tribute to his late grandmother and to Mark Liotta, Leafsfan18. That's it for me, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching. See you next time. I'm Mr. D11 Hard. See you next time on the Mr. D11 Hard channel. Take care, everybody. So long.